So, in my previous video, the very first video in the series, Introduction to Investing, I definitely kind of brought it in on a reality check, and then I got onto a more lighter note where I explained all these super cool things you can do with investing in your retirement, investing in your future. I went over
as part of my segment
milestones
on
success
video,
when it
I
comes to a
included this
successful
presentation
plan,
on how to purchase
a
a car.
retirement
Within
account.
this presentation, there's different kinds of methods of purchasing a
I
car.
want to kind of just bring it back to earth again.
Different strategies of researching
one of the largest
car.
Point out the fact that
appropriate for your budget
investing
or not.
is simple but not easy.
So I
Simple
really
as in
highly
it's
recommend that you watch
First
this.
things first,
very
you're
easy to
going
put
to
your
want
money
to
into
have
account,
all of the money
but
up
not
for you
easy
to
as
start
in
with. The reason being
difficult
is
to know
because you
where,
want to
and it's
have as
difficult
much
to get
money as
yourself to do
possible
so.
So,
every
the
month.
very first question you
It's
want to
not
ask,
being
you want
tied
to
up
ask
paying
yourself,
for a
the first
car.
difficulty is
Instead,
risk.
can be used
and
for
what you really
investment.
need to
I
look
want
in
to
the
just
mirror
know
Another
for the
reason
fact
is
that
those
can I be an
people
owner for the
who
put it
next
out
5
there
take
years?
as soon as
out
possible.
to
You can lose everything
money
on
on a
investing
car
in stocks
first,
and many other
and then
investment tools
pay
that
on a monthly
provide
basis. We'll end
a
up
certain
paying
5
amount
years,
of
quite
a large amount
substantially
of time
more
for
for
me.
the car
I
than
have the age
I
where 5
purchased
years
it.
really
there's
isn't
definitely a
that
lot
long
of
for
different
me.
Another
investment
thing you want to
vehicles
consider
that
is doing
don't
your research
allow
way
you to
before
lose
you purchase
anything,
the car.
but
You want to know
what
if
this
there's
is
any
ones that
actually
really do grow
damages,
quickly
any
will
kind
also
of
have an
then
element of loss to
move on
it
to
and
this
to make
stolen.
up for the large
If
returns
it's
that
stolen,
they potentially give
that's
you.
Can I
that
make
can
this
definitely
my number
happen.
one
You
financial
want
priority?
to make sure
And
that
this kind of
price
brings
that's going
back the
for
premise
is the
sure
general
one step
price
back
for that
to
model
self-storage,
of each
money,
car.
which means as soon as you take a
question
step
that
back,
many,
you
many
lose
Now,
self,
I have a
you
little bit of a
actually
typo
gain
here. This is
And
never
the
buying
reason being
more,
is because once you
and
purchase
you
a
really
house,
should
break
say
and you
even,
purchase,
or
always
you
not just break even,
get the
but
mortgage,
then
you
move
get
reason
everything
being is
required.
with a newer car,
breaking even
Your house
into
is going to
moving
be
forward.
your number one
you're going
financial
to
priority
another
for the
element
next
as
of
you drive
few
it
years.
off the
risk
lot.
is
You've probably heard that
unpredictability.
before,
For
and
some
I'll go
people,
a little
And
bit
that's
more
really
detail
the
later.
true nature of
And you really
risk
need to
when it
caveat
comes
the
to
fact that
investing.
this will be
Another
your
thing
time
is
for the
always,
next
always
However,
buy
out
cars
with their
early.
money,
If it's
holding
not
on to
and
it,
they're out
mandatory,
preferably
mistake,
all
I
or
still
more.
all these
highly
amazing
recommend it.
things.
You
But
need
at
to
the end of the
understand
day,
that
you really
able
need to
to
make
protect
sure
your
the
property
elements
number
of
one
legitimacy
financial
within
priority
their
for
offers.
as long as you're willing to hold on to it.
Another more
and
personal
going
a little bit into
element
my,
of difficulty when it comes to
strategy of
investing
purchasing
is
the car,
human
then we're
nature.
gonna ask the next
And this
question.
falls within
Initially,
the
know
fear
is that it lowers your
industry.
liabilities, adding up
Fear
along with insurance,
causes you to want to
which is
sell
already a
too
monthly.
early
Am I ready to
and end
donate
up
time, money, and
missing
effort
out on a
Could
huge
lead to
opportunity
the same
to
Time
grow.
amount
goes
of price
into
of
this
Or
car
it could be
off the
greedy,
lot.
where you think it's going to
dedication
continue
to
growing
definitely
way
recognize
beyond when
the
it really
priority.
should be growing.
But you also
Next thing
need
you
to
know, there's a
realize
big
that
bump
you
off
increases the
and
desire to
everything.
further take care of the
Impatience kind of falls under the thing
more
of greed,
psychological
where you want it to grow quickly.
And
This is
to
going
be
to pull. You're just
preparing
going
it,
to try to find the
sell
fastest
it,
way to
when
make money, which is
out,
never the safest way.
keeping the
Or
yards
I shouldn't say never,
everything
but typically not the
associated
best
with
way
keeping
of
a
making
house.
money.
You have
Is not always
ownership
the
of it.
quickest
If you
way.
get it initially, you have
Anger at the market falls under fear.
It kind of takes that
People just sell
pride
everything
out of
and
the
just give up on investing
most
because
people
it's
doing what
not
you're doing
giving
until
you
you
that
Another
instant
thing is,
gratification. It kind of falls
it'll
within
leave a lot of money free
or having
on that
huge
monthly basis.
dreams.
You're not
And this
paying
is kind
for
of
the car
like
payment,
a giant
to use for investing
overarching
and other
umbrella
ventures.
of all these
In
elements.
other words,
because
the money that
could
you would
you're
normally
afraid that you'll never be
been
able
paying
to reach those
monthly
dreams.
payment.
You'll
Loan
still
up on
be
the property.
greedy, so you want to get those
Could
dreams
be
as quick as
can't
possible.
towards
Just
investment
purchase
You
a
never
house
do.
and then realize, oh no,
Be
I
impatient to reach
still
those dreams.
It's still a
Be
love.
angry
Make
at the
sure
market.
that you will be still able
closer
to
to those dreams
be
as soon as possible.
throwing
live
into
comfortably,
along
some
with
still
prices
maintaining
moving
these
farther away
payments.
from that dream.
And
That's
avoiding
understandable.
problems.
You need
a little
to
tiny
tackle those emotions
tool
as
that
soon as you
is
can
very
feel
useful
it.
to
understand
Understand
your safety
when
nets
you're trying to
completely.
once you
calculate
find
We
your
cover
health
in
ownership.
other videos.
Now,
as
with
with
that
our
being
safety
much
net
means
videos.
is the net price.
You're going to want to be
moving
sure
on
that
to
you'll be able
purchase
to
the car
alleviate
minus
the
what you're going
damages
to
of
sell it
risk.
for once you're done using that car.
Thing that's
And
completely out of
financial
your control
emergencies.
Hopefully,
is the idea of
that
inflation,
number will come out
which
to
is
a
the idea
positive
that
number,
of course,
your
which means that you
your
can
money
actually
can-
use
but
money
also
to
with
pay
your
off
lose
that
value
car
as
for
it
whatever
sits
the
in
better
your
car.
investment
But
account.
don't be discouraged if you
In
don't
the
make
case
any
in
money
which
off of that.
It's inflating,
sale at
money's
the end.
inflating faster
Ready
than
to
your
car.
account's growing.
It's a very
Actually
common
losing
experience.
money.
What this means is, are you
And
willing
money
to
handed
put
down
some
from
before you
generation
purchase
to
a car, you
generation
wanna
has
research
could one day be worth out to
the
create an
addition
enterprise,
point
ship and
happening
die or
now.
something.
that
hands
price
me
of the
his
car will
son
drop.
$1,000.
There's a house.
His son
tends to
lives
drop
off
as
those.
those.
Like, I
Yeah,
don't
not
know,
move on.
many people
600 years ago.
You want
I
at
don't
least
know.
a quarter of your mortgage paid off.
A few hundred
before
years
you
ago,
move
where
in.
that was probably
It's a
worth a
great
lot.
way to break ground.
But then
Definitely,
to me, there's
I made
let's
this
say
slide
600
so
left.
show
You
the
do?
Oh wow,
difference
go ahead
thanks.
and
between
do whatever
buying
you
a
would
new
like to
car,
it's worth
buying an
nothing.
old car, and why it's
Worth,
better
like
to
I say,
Might as
purchase
well
the
just
car.
not have
It's just a
made
suggestion.
all
It's
that
not
money.
a mandatory
His
thing.
Disadvantages of
aspect
new
is-
cars is they cost less as soon
And
as
then
Is my
they're
credit
purchased.
score with
Any
Once
money
you
that
said,
in other words,
sits still,
once
just
you
think of
arrive
it
at
as
a
a rock
lot,
sitting
it
in
loses
the ocean
value.
plant.
In other
It's
words,
eventually
for
going
a
to
no
get
longer
downgrade,
considered
worn away,
a new car,
taken
so it
off.
doesn't
most likely
have all
would be
the
needed
never to be
prices
seen again.
and costs that come with it.
Another thing,
A yes
That's
very
is more
similar
of
to
a
inflation
numerical
is taxes.
score.
Score
to be
is
more
it's a
expensive.
yes,
be falling
then
prey to
it
the
goes
government
continue
hands.
on.
the very
It's a
first
no,
reason.
Tends, there's a
And
lot of
what that
different
means is
ways
they
of avoiding that.
sometimes will tell you the price on
At the end of the day, we're all
what it
going to
costed
fall
to
victim to
ship it.
taxes.
Can I
If it's a
afford
foreign
the
car,
And it's always going
I
to take
feel like
large
could even
kind
have a
of goes
price
chunk
of
out of gains from that
overseas
success,
shipping.
and also makes you
but
transactions
paying into it,
pointless
which
due to
you
taxes.
then
really
not
important
pay
that
for
So
you
those taxes
are
are so
able to
large
make
on a
those
certain
payments.
capital gain, you might even hit the
Um,
point
where
where
that
it
goes
really
into
just
and
not
like I
having
all
said,
sorts of
while
additional
still
costs
maintaining
that
some
come with it.
quality of life.
frictional
Uh,
costs.
not
Frictional
could be
costs, of
brand,
course, form
could be
of
branding,
sacrifice
any
recognition
kind
along
of
the way for
payments that you're
on
going
the
to
whole,
make
are
towards
going
any
to
manager,
to
same
money,
goes for
these
cars.
any
payments
kind of
It
percentage
may
that
not
you're
be
going to
better,
give away
so
based
the
on
brand itself will
growth
jack
or a
up the
loss
price
or whatever.
way more than it really
It
is.
doesn't make sense
Not
to buy
enough
right
money
now.
being put into an account. All sorts of factors that will
But another thing to take
probably
into
band up
consideration is it's
with
used
taxes.
model.
Is this the
beat
kind of
down
market
whatever
that's
kind of
appropriate
gains you're ever
actually
going to get.
deteriorate as you load it. And once
Will
again,
the
that
house
goes into
be
the whole assumption that
in
you're going to lose
disrepair
value
because
as
the
soon as
person's
you
just
drive
trying
off
to
the
get rid of
lot.
it? Or is the local
and a
house
lot of
market
newer models,
crashing
what-
because
from what I've
say,
heard,
You're going to want to keep in
tend
mind
actually
open
just
dock
a little
or
bit faster
moving
than
some
around
the
economy
older
is
those
cars.
not doing so
costs.
good?
And
And
how
let's look at older cars.
It
or
doesn't
used
make
cars in this
sense, then
case.
don't buy. Simple
They
as
tend to
that.
maintain or very slowly lose value as they're already used. So all kinds of additional fluff price, as I like to call it, or the branding and the shipping, all sorts of stuff like that, strip off completely. They also tend to cost a lot less than when they were new. Kind of goes without saying. And have mostly standard costs attached. So that means you're paying just for the car and nothing else. Once again, no fluff prices. And sometimes, if you could purchase an antique, or not too antique, of course, but a older car, they could have a higher quality because of their age. So they might have been able to use better materials than what they do now. So when you're shopping for this used car, you're going to want to first start out, just like in anything else you're going to purchase, you want to start out by researching it while keeping in mind the characteristics of your ideal car, very similar to purchasing a house. If you haven't seen that already, then just keep that in mind. Just know that you're going to have to research for your ideal car, miles per gallon, all sorts of factors that you want in your ideal car. Look for something that you can calculate having a high resale value that goes back to the total cost of ownership. In other words, something that you know that you can then upgrade as soon as you sell to a better car that costs a little bit more. Once you finish that, you're going to want to negotiate the lowest possible price, keeping in mind you are always allowed to walk away. That means if a dealer is trying to sell you the car and they're being very unreasonable, or unreasonable in your opinion, you always have the right as the buyer to walk off the lot and look elsewhere. But keep in mind that it is the job of the salesman to sell you a car, and a day where they do not have people purchasing a car is a day lost of wages. Finally, you're going to want to find the one with the lowest recurring costs. In other words, you're going to want good miles per gallon, you're going to want something that doesn't constantly break down, so you can use a few nifty tools, which I'll show you later, on knowing whether or not it'll have that those kind of recurring costs, which end up making it more than you've actually purchased it for in the long run. And finally, you're going to want to know when you're ready. And the way you're going to know when you're ready is these following factors. You're going to have the amount needed to purchase the car in question at full sticker price. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to use all of that money to purchase the car, but be ready, almost as if you were willing to purchase it at full sticker price, but then afterwards negotiate it, so then you'll actually even have some money left over after you purchase it. You're going to also want to have the ability to purchase insurance along with the insurance choice in mind. In other words, check to see your ideal car insurance and then see if it fits into your regular monthly budget. If it doesn't, then continue working to increase that income or find a different kind of insurance. And then you're also going to want a full safety net established. As I've mentioned, full safety nets are the second line of defense next to avoiding risk in avoiding financial emergencies. Now, a car has a very large ability to succumb to financial emergencies, as you can easily get into an accident every single day you drive it out of your driveway. And so you're going to want that established for anything that your insurance in the future would not be able to cover.